Hi, I'm Katie. You probably know me from Tumblr as Ephemerideth. I'm here today to do a tutorial for you for the everyday go-to makeup that I do, which is this one. Thank you for all the requests I've had. I'll try to do my best. This is my first video, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. This is the second attempt, but the first that I hope has actually got recording on it. So please watch and like and share and blah blah blah. Thank you. Hi, so this is my second attempt at doing a makeup tutorial. This is going to be my everyday look. I did try before but my camera froze, so I'm going to try again on my phone and see how this works out. So this morning I've had a shower and I've just, moisturised my face and stuff. So I've used I think it's just Fade Out. It's called Fade Out, is that one? I don't know. It just makes your skin whiter, it makes it paler with time. I've been using it for a while. It just does the job. So I did that probably about 3 hours ago. But sorry about my clothes, by the way. I've been cleaning clothes. I've been cleaning my room. So I'm just gonna start with the primer. I've already shaved my eyebrows at the end bits. On a student budget, I just used Stay Matte Primer by Rimmel London. This is purple one if you want to know. Just because it's just probably the best this one's up to. I quite like having matte faces. I don't like using stuff that'll make myself shiny in any way. Use as much as you want, I don't really care. So I just moisturise that into my face. Quickly going on to eyes, I don't use eye primer, I just use normal primer and then foundation over it because I find it keeps my makeup in place. So I just use the same primer on my eyelids. I don't know if people are going to get mad at me for doing this, but whatever works for you, I guess. Right, so you just wait for that to dry. When it's dry, your skin should all be nice and smooth, which is what you want. I don't find it. I've been noticing recently around my mouth when I've been applying makeup, it's been cracking recently with the foundation I use. So this is the Illamasqua Skin Base foundation, which I've just been using around my mouth because it's too expensive for me to use every day. Just use a little bit. I think it's not the white shade, it's the second one up, so I think 002 I'm assuming. It's quite a buildable foundation. It's quite good, but for the amount of coverage I need, I don't think financially I can support it also. And it's got a bit left, so I just use it. For the rest of my foundation, again I use Rimmel London Stay Matte. It's the cakiest foundation I've ever had, and it's the best thing I've ever tried. This is in light porcelain, which is the light shade they do. Unfortunately, it's not as light as I'd like it to be. So again, I just use my fingers over my face. I found my fingers just get in more places than what a brush would. I have used a brush before, but I didn't really like the way it spread and then there's streaks. Probably because I was doing it wrong, but oh well. To get rid of any streaks that your fingers may leave on your face, I just kind of pat it with my fingers, and it leaves like an even coverage as well. I usually find if I have any spots or anything, I'll build up the foundation a bit more on those areas. just to make sure that there's no redness going through. Because probably smells like I'm slapping my face, but I can't feel it, don't worry. Alright, so that's the primary base of my foundation. I usually let it dry a little bit before I powder or anything. When I do powder, I just use a powder puff with from London. It's just the cheapest one I can find. It's a transparent one, which I find when it oxidizes, it goes a bit orangey, which isn't what I want. So that's when I use the Stargazer white powder, and I just go over it and it just lightens it a bit so it doesn't look as orange, because if you're like me, you want to be as pale as you can. I just want it a little bit powder. It'll probably take off a bit of your foundation, but that's like the main base. And with white, which is the same principle applies. If you put a logo on it, it doesn't make you feel white, which I usually like to go for when I'm going out, but this is an everyday look, so this is what I usually do if I'm not feeling very inspired, would you say. So next I do my contouring, which is just with the Sugar Pill Bulletproof eyeshadow and a bronzer brush, which I just pinch just so you can get the contouring on your cheeks right. You don't want too much because you don't want to look like you've got someone's dragged charcoal down your face. I do under my chin just to make the shape of my face more prominent. If you can't see your cheekbones, like I usually can't when I've been eating too much, you just suck in your cheeks and follow the line, because it should go from the top of your ear to the corner of your mouth at that kind of angle. You don't want it straight down like this or straight up, unless you're going for that kind of look. A friend of mine told me how to get my lips more pouty, which is good, and this is just a blending brush, and if you just put a little bit under your lips, it'll make them go like you're constantly going without the effort. You don't too much, but it'll just give you that kind of look like this. If you want to go over anything and make it darker, I suggest using this. You can use to make your cheeks more like this. Next you do my eyebrows, and then I'll do the contouring on my nose, just because I find it easier with some kind of thing that I can base it off of. So this is from the Body Shop. It's a Baron Lash Gel, which basically just defines or whatever, but I use it to make because I use eyeshadow on just the front bits of my eyebrows. I find it makes it wet enough to give me a straight line without having it look like I've just drawn it on with liquid eyeliner, which I do for the rest of my eyebrows, but not for this bit. So I'll just comb the hair a little bit. Like that. You want to get it when it's still wet. my eyebrows are naturally uneven, so this one's is lower, I don't know if you can see. So what I try and do is I try to make this one higher, just because it gives me an open eye look. So this is again the Bulletproof in Sugar Pill. I usually just do 2 outside lines and then fill in the middle, but you don't want it too harsh towards the middle of your eyebrow, because for me it'll look stupid. And if you can see, that's just the style of my eyebrows. The rest of it I draw on with liquid eyeliner, just the cheap one's fine, which I usually use anyway. I'm sorry I get this wrong, because I just cut my nails and I'm still adjusting to using my fingertips rather than my nails. So you still want your eyeshadow and your angle brush, which, sorry, I just used for my brows. You want your angle brush out as well, because when the liquid liner is still wet, you want to blend it into the corner bits here, which will give you a more authentic look with still looking fake. So, so you want to do it in probably with a fairly new brush. You just want to straight lines out. So I messed the end bit up there, but it'll be okay, we'll probably make it neater later. So then just blend the middle bit. Use a little bit of eyeshadow if you want to. I don't know if you can see. Here's one eyebrow. And then the next one, it'll be difficult to replicate, but I've heard a lot of times your eyebrows are sisters, not twins, but okay. It may be a bit different, but this basic eyebrow you can like change it, chop and change it when you want. So next thing I do is contour my nose, which again I take black eyeshadow and the blending brush. You don't want too much because you don't want it to be too black, and I usually just fade out this bit and just drag it down my nose. There's so many people who have approached me and said, "You look like Sister Sue," and I'm like, "Thank you," which is good. You can make this darker later on if you want. I usually do if I mess up my makeup, but that's the basic one. You don't want it too much because it'll just fade. So, alright, next thing I do is eyeshadow. This is just a big eyeshadow brush. It's cheap when I found. This is a W7, I got it off eBay. It's just a basic brown palette, which is good. I use this colour here, this colour, just to go over my lids and the inner bits. Then the next one I use this darker shade, and that's just as a slight basis for like the crease of my eye, which I don't use as a full, like really clean cut crease. It's quite blendy and stuff. So, and if you can, what I usually do is I bring it over, and it usually comes into the crease of my eye. So like where my eyebrows start. It's quite a nice shade if you blend it out. It just gives you a little darkness, like that. And then I use the darkest brown, and then just again over the top of the other shade. So it's almost like fanning out into 3 different colours. This should look something like that. I usually find if you stand back and look at it from quite further away, rather than being right up close to the mirror, you can get things like uneven. So if you step back, you can then see what you need to touch up and what you need to change to make it like kind of even on both sides. So, sorry, I just dragged that down my nose to give it more premonitions here. This usually goes under my eye as well. I use the same brush, but just like the very tip of it in the darkest brown. So yeah, that's the eyeshadow almost done. What I like to do next is take the blending brush and use a black eyeshadow. It doesn't have to be cut crease, but if you want it to be, you can use just a brush like this, which for that, you just find the crease and go a little bit over the top. Like that, and then blend it, which on my good days will give me more of a definition, but it hasn't today. So I'm just going to use this on the other side. So basically it's just a black lid, but I'm just build up. And then I take the small brush again and I go underneath. And if you want to, you can just blend it a little bit. So that's the basic highlight. Sometimes I leave this if I'm feeling lazy or if I run out of eyeliner. I don't usually put mascara on because I find my lids are too light and it makes my eyes look really tiny. But you can use mascara if you want to. Next thing I usually do is, the big brush I just wipe off with my hand a little bit, and then I use the white white pressed powder which I used for my face earlier, and just put it a little bit on the brush, and then I use it just to highlight here on both sides. It doesn't give much difference, but it makes it look a bit nicer. I don't know if you can see. Then use just a big blusher brush just to wipe away any excess eyeshadow I've left underneath. I usually go again with the pressed powder just to restore anything I've taken away. And it usually lightens up the contour on my nose as well. Also, if you found that you've done your contouring a bit too harsh, if you just go over with a bit of powder, it'll just fade it a little bit. I like mine quite harsh, so. Next thing I do is just my liquid eyeliner. I don't know if I'm going to go out of screen for this, but I'll try not to. This is just the same eyeliner I use for my eyebrows. I start in the corner of my eye. I know I would. I've kind of marked up a bit so it's a bit more flicky than I'd like it to be, but usually I do the inner corner of this eye and then I try and match it on the other side. So I'm sorry, not going to be able to see this. You want to be quite gentle with that, but you don't want to be stabbing your eye because you'll just make a massive black mess. You want to neaten it up a bit, you can. And then try and do the same with the other eye. With my eyeliner, I usually try and do just the roots of my eyelashes, because usually the foundation and stuff makes them blonde, which is annoying because then you get a gappy eye. Assuming got a basic top eye done. Mine not exactly even, but it doesn't matter. I usually do just under my eye, and then I do the flicks like that. Which, if you're wearing false eyelashes, makes them look longer, which is good. Then I do my two dots. Next what I'll do is I'll just take my black eyeshadow again, and where it's still wet under my eyelid, I'll blend it. Just with this brush, just to make it more gentle. If you want, you can go back over your eyes to make them darker. As you can see, that's my eyeliner done. I don't know if I made it look easy. I probably didn't. I'm sorry if you missed any of it. Next thing I do is just coat my mascara. Sorry, just to my top lids. And then just do a coat under your eyelashes. I don't know if you can see like the definition or the thing that adds to it. That's the eyes done, and so basic face done in under like 15 minutes. I don't know, I'll probably fast forward this. Next thing I do is my lips. I did have moisturised, but I have got a bit of foundation still on my lips, which isn't a bad thing if you put lipstick over it. People probably scream at this. This is, I don't know what this is. This is called Dark Night Water Loops. I don't know what that means. It's just like a really dark, like plum kind of purpley colour, which is my favourite one to use. If you've got lip piercings, I used to like just twiddle them around to get them out of the way, but I can't bother each morning, especially when I'm rushing, so I used to just use a brush. I just do a bit on the top, bit on the bottom, and then with a brush I get the basic shape. And then with this is just a cheap dark black eyeshadow. I just use a bit of black to make it darker, and it also kind of sets the lipstick so it stops it coming off all day. Okay, so that's the lips done. And it's made it a little darker. You can pat it off if you want. I usually at this point clean my septum before foundation. Just clean any piercings if you have any, because I'm messy and I get everywhere. You should finish off again with powder, because I'm a powder freak. And anything you want to do. I haven't done my hair today yet, so I'll do that later. But this is the basic makeup look I use every day. Thank you for watching.